Hi, today I'm going to talk about my nose piercing. I got my nose pierced about 6 weeks ago, maybe 7 weeks ago, and I had it done with a stud, and I had it done with a needle at the Casbah in Leicester, which is a really well-renowned piercing studio, and I find them to be very professional and patient, and just generally they put you at ease. I have had the mistakes of having my cartilage pierced with a gun before, and as you can see I can try and show you there. If you can see, it's left quite a scar. Piercings, in my opinion, should not be done with guns unless they are the fleshy lobe. Piercing needles are hollow needles that take out a little bit of flesh as they go through your nose piercing, which reduces the trauma on the surrounding tissue and especially cartilage areas. Overall, I would say my nose piercing's been okay. I've had to change it a few times, which you should not do in the first 6 weeks of your piercing. Due to the fact that I had to have an MRI scan, I changed it to a plastic one and then got told that I didn't actually need to change it because it was silver, so it wouldn't be attracted to the magnet. So I then had to change it back because I didn't want to walk around the plastic one, and it's just got quite sore. And I noticed that from the stud, this is the stud that I had it pierced with, as you can see. I noticed that, excuse my horrible nails, I noticed that it not got a round end, it kind of went more to a point. So the pointed bit was digging in to my nose piercing and causing a slightly larger hole on the outside than the stem of the stud. So a couple of days ago I decided to take it out and change it for a ring. This was my second attempt of trying a ring, and it was pretty painful because I've changed it too early, like I said, but I was desperate to get rid of the big lump that appeared. I mean, it wasn't huge, but I didn't want to risk being scarred like I have been here. I don't know if you can see there, it's still quite red, but it's a lot better than it was a couple of days ago before I took out the stud. The stud was causing friction because it was rubbing and, like I said, making the hole bigger. So what I've been using is coarse sea salt. You want to make sure it's sea salt, not table salt, because it's 100% natural, it's not got any additives in it, and it really is the best thing, I think, for your piercing. They did warn against using sea salt for my piercing, so I did refrain from doing so for the first, I would say, few weeks of having it pierced. I just cleaned it with water, and I think that was a good move because it didn't irritate the piercing, so it settled down quite quickly. And had it have not been rubbing, I think and I'd not had to change it, I think it would have been fine like that, to have not cleaned it with anything apart from water and obviously soap when I cleaning my face every day. But for the past few days I've been using quite a very dilute mix of this. So I literally get some boiling water and a few particles. You don't want any more of that because otherwise it's going to irritate your piercing. And then use cotton wool buds, or as Americans call them, Q-tips, and just go around the outside with it and inside as well. But like I said, you don't want it to be too strong, otherwise it can irritate and burn the piercing. I also have been using tea tree oil from the Body Shop, and this is diluted down so it's only 15% tea tree oil. You don't want to use pure tea tree oil on a cut or anything on your skin, and especially on a piercing, because it's too strong and it's going to burn your piercing and irritate it even further, because tea tree oil is very, very strong, which is why I've bought the 15% one. It's much safer, it doesn't sting, and it's antibacterial, but it's not too strong, and it definitely, because it's oil based, I think it helps to reduce the chances of keloid or whatever you're going to call them, scars. So I've been using that. Another thing I've been using, now I'm not a professional piercer, so I can only give my own personal advice. So if you try these things, it is your choice. I'm not a professional piercer, I'm just giving my advice. What I've been doing the past few days is taking, see, it's quite grainy, it's not like normal salt. I've been taking a big chunk of grain, because some of them are quite big, wetting it in a bit of boiled water and literally holding, see, the crystal of salt, not on the piercing. This is a warning, do not put it on the whole of the piercing, put it on the bit where you've got the raised bump, which is quite common on nose studs. So excuse the lovely view, but you take the piece of salt and you hold it onto there and you rub it like that onto the raised part and you let it dry, but you do not touch your piercing hole, because something that strong and that salty is going to burn your piercing. So you do that once a day and you let it dry, and it has definitely taken down my bump. So this is my first video on my nose piercing, and the progress I'm going to show you on the next video, how I'm getting on with taking down the bump. So good luck with your piercing. Bye.